This is to celebrate 90 years of my brother, Donald Arthur Robinson, being born on January 23rd, 1928. The two of us, the youngest of 10 children, me being the baby, you could say I have always looked up to him. But oh, what fun we had growing up in Blackpool. I remember our dad taking us from our home at 91 Central Drive down Chapel Street to the beach. We'd stop halfway down, underneath the bridge, over which the train would bring hundreds of visitors into Central Station. We'd listen to the man we called the hurdy-gurdy man play music and sing a few songs for a few pennies from passers-by, and then our dad would hurry us down to the beach. On returning home, Don and I would play Cowboys and Indians before heading off to the chip shop round the corner. One day I recall Don running so fast into the shop he didn't see the owner, who was carrying a bowl of boiling water. It wasn't a happy collision, but our dear mother was able to nurse Donald back to health. Before long I was talking him into joining me across the road for a sarsaparilla as a recovery treat. In those days we would walk along Central Drive to Revel School, Don always being that year ahead of me. It was around about the time he moved to Palatine School that Donald's sporting prowess in cricket and football came to the fore. Don played down at Blackpool Cricket Club and Football Club as an up-and-coming youngster before he headed off to Portsmouth for his naval service. 3 years in the Navy, and he still can't swim. Back in Blackpool and destined to meet Jean. They married in 1954, and along came Neil and Bev.
And as if by magic, here I am. It was always family all the way with the Robinsons, or the Robbos, as we preferred to call each other. Dad was always happiest around his brothers and sisters and their families. Family parties were a way of life. Everyone had to get up and do their party piece, singing with the aid of a hairbrush. I can remember now what each brother's individual favourite song was, and the sisters just joined in along the way. Despite the family spreading far and wide across the world, they remained very close and got together whenever possible at either side of the ocean. The only one of my dad's brothers I didn't meet was Eric. We can see him here in his Wolverhampton Wanderers days. He was killed during the war as he tried to save a couple of soldiers that he was helping to train on a river crossing. Sadly, they all died together. The remaining brothers would meet regularly to play snooker, golf, or just to get up to mischief. The Robbos were and are a happy bunch, and they even holiday together. Dad loves his travelling. He and my mum visited all corners of Europe, and of course the family in Canada, be it the Toronto end, the Vancouver side, or anything in between. After Mum's untimely passing, we were delighted that Dad continued to enjoy his travelling with his partner Sheila, who had been a childhood sweetheart many years before. We still head off to see Neil in Spain whenever we can, 3 or 4 times a year if possible. When the sun is out, Dad will happily sit on the nearest balcony with his crossword book, usually until he falls asleep. I'm afraid I do have to share my dad with the waiters in the hotel, though, out in Spain, who all see him coming and shout, "Papa, Papa!" It's a good job Dad didn't wait until he retired to travel, because he didn't stop working until he was 81 years old in the electrical trade. Dad's taught me many things in life. He taught me to play football, taught me to play snooker and pool down at the sports club, but most of all, he told me to play the fool and enjoy life. Neil and I have both inherited our parents' sense of fun and our competitive spirit, which we continue to play upon to this day. Dad's never afraid of wearing a silly hat or two. Neither are we, come to that. So that's my dad, 90 years old, not out, and heading towards that century.